Today, I am going to show you the power of visualization. But no, visualization, a lot of people think is about sitting under a waterfall and just meditating and all that sort of stuff. No, when I said the power of visualization, I'm going to show you one shot, then a visualization exercise in real time, and then one shot after. We're going to see before and after, and we're going to see the power of visualization translate into a single archer's power in his shot process. Okay, so let me set the scene. Here I have Paco. He is one of the great archers in my squad, young guy, really talented, been putting in the hard work, very accomplished. He's regional champion. He's like one of the top archers in his division in the country. Got a stack of medals from youth national championships, stuff like that, and got a very bright future. But we're currently not talking about just basics in his shot process. His basic process and technique is pretty solid. At his skill level, he's level 4 in the development squad. We're now looking at some more advanced elements, kind of linking it all together. And one of the things I want to highlight here, okay, is the power with which he comes into anchor. Okay, so throughout the shot process, we have pre-draw is a checking stage from here. Then we complete loading. So loading, setting the scapula, drawing around using the power in the back muscles, the scapular retraction, using elbow extension to come around. And this part of the shot process after pre-draw, we actually introduce fluidity into the shot. So we want the application of power to be smooth, stable, and directional, okay? And what you need to understand for this context is that if you are like going power on, power off, power on, power off, changing direction, like inefficient in the movement, then you're losing efficiency through the expansion, and then you're going to create errors, as well as you're going to have directional change to the shot. And as you know, direction is better than aiming, and it's what gets you a lot of 10s, okay? It's about directional intent in the shot. Anyway, cover that elsewhere, but let's jump back to Paco. So let's just look at the before, okay? Just watch his loading. I'm gonna let you watch that a couple of times. So what you can see is that as he's coming into anchor, he's kind of doing this. Do you see? Like he's kind of applying power, off the power, on the power, off the power, on the power. And I'll show that to you again, that his power application is not really smooth, okay? He still shoots very well. Remember, he's a solid archer, but this is one of the subtle things that we're working on to try and improve his fluidity through the shot. So what we do is we do a little visualization exercise where I get him to essentially draw a line on a page that represents his shot process. So I'm going to cut to that now, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you the immediate after results. Close your eyes. Yep. Raise, pre-draw, loading, anchor.
Good.
Yeah, okay, so let's look at the lines. What do you notice?
They're kind of shaky.
They are shaky.
Yeah.
That's your expansion. What was my line like?
Yeah.
How smooth is that? It's like butter. So now let's try and keep just a visualization, same technique, but we're going to try and keep this as smooth as possible. It's going to keep moving, okay? From loading into anchor, expansion, and follow through. All right, here we go. Close your eyes. Go through your shot process in your head. Stance, posture, setup, raise, pre-draw, check. Loading, anchor, expansion, release. Okay, well that was better. Let's go again. Stance, posture, setup, raise, loading. Okay. So a little wobble there. Let's try and get it smooth, okay? Yeah, just keep going. Just do like 6 in a row. And try and get it smoother and smoother. The end part is better compared to these first few, but the middle, it's where you're starting to apply power that is like on, off, on, off, on, off. That's the moment when here that I want you to focus on. okay, is kind of when you initiate loading through to anchor, and then expansion release follow through. Yeah, that's that tail end. But it's this loading into anchor, setting the scapula, all that power is all wobbly. Okay,
Yep.
let's see if we can get it right. Good visualization, this is good. Much better. Okay, again, keep going. Good, again. Ooh, best one yet. Okay, keep going. Beautiful, again. I think you got it, Paco. Let's shoot. Oh my God, it worked. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. This is before. This is his shot before the visualization. Little wobble in his loading, power on, off, okay? This is directly after, okay? One shot later. He does his visualization exercise, the very next shot. How epic is that? Okay, so I'll show you one more time because still very impressive. Before, wobble, wobble, power on, power off, power on. Okay. After, 2 minutes later, power on, power stays on, power's smooth, it keeps going, keeps the direction, keeps the power on, all the way through to follow through. So, first of all, well done to Paco. He did a fantastic job of this. And wasn't it interesting to see that his first few lines wobbled exactly as his shot process did? You know, he did a really good job of basically getting inside his body and visualizing vividly, you know, his movements and his shot process. And that meant that you could see that it took him a few tries to get it. You know, the first few lines were wobbly. And then he got part of it. He kind of got the end part of it. But it was the part in the middle where he was going from pre-draw to loading on and then keeping the power going all the way through that he was kind of struggling with. And remember, we've trained these techniques before. I wouldn't do this with an archer who's learning the technique for the first time. He knows this stuff. This is more about taking a skill that his body already knows how to do, but it's just a weak application of power, inconsistent. And by using this visualization technique, we were able to get him back on track immediately. And this is a really powerful use of visualization. Okay, so don't overlook it in your training methods, guys. Make sure you incorporate it. And as I always say, it's not the physical part and the technical part of training and then the mental part separate. It's one part. They're together. Okay, the physical and the mental and the technical. Okay, they're all. Every training session is a mental training session. So if you're looking to get into more and learn about more how it's all links together like that, then obviously that's embedded in our Rogue Archery coaching curriculum. I'll leave links and stuff to that around the place. But yeah, let's congratulate Paco on a very, very excellent little breakthrough there. And let me know if you can incorporate this visualization technique into your training.